Okay, hello and welcome to Warhammer 2 Total War. Part 4? I think it is. I'm not listening the part on my Twitch channel anymore because it's kind of unnecessary. Part whatever of our Halfling campaign. Which has been going pretty well so far. We've been expanding the Mootland, which I wasn't expecting to do at all, honestly. I was thinking this campaign was mostly just going to be us squatting in the moot, fighting off the occasional undead army trying to destroy us. Or Empire army trying to destroy us. But actually, I've been more proactive than that, and we've managed to wipe out the vampire counts next to us. And we've taken Castle Tempelhof and Castle Drakenhof, kicking Manfred and Vlad von Carstein both to the curb. In the process, they must be so embarrassed by that. Last time we fought off an attack on the moot by Manfred with just our garrison there, and our lord was sitting in the region without any units in his army. We won that one just. Then I'm trying to remember. Then we had the battle in against Castle Drakenhof garrison and the army in there, where we had our main force and a force led by Gotrek and Felix back us up. That one was also a very close win. Mostly because of Gotrek. He was able to hack down the larger monsters in their army. And also the Hot Pot Catapult. We cannot forget that. The Hot Pot Catapult in one of the battles got friggin' 700 kills. 700! That is incredible! Or nearly 700. I think it was 2 off 700. That thing's not to be laughed at. It fires soup. It actually fires fireballs. But I think it would be neat if it actually fired the shots from the Skaven Plague Claw Catapult. Perhaps if the effects can be changed colour, or they can be kept green. Green is a good colour for soup, I suppose. Pea soup or something. But yeah, 700 kills. It just ploughed through enemy units, and it was instrumental in getting us the victory there. So we now own Castle Drakenhof and Castle Tempelhof, as well as Essen, I believe, because Vlad was located in there and I wanted to get rid of him. So we went up there and kicked Vlad around. And I think we pretty much own this entire the entire area of Sylvania. We don't own all the regions though. Fort Oberstyre is owned by Averland, but they have a rebel army there currently, and I haven't dealt with them yet. We also have a rebel army of our own outside Castle Tempelhof. And that's what I left it at to try and figure out what to do. Because I think we've got Gotrek and Felix for another 5 turns. And I can move them up to Castle Tempelhof. The thing is, I'd like to get rid of the rebel army before it gets up to a full stack of 20. However, our armies at the moment in the area are not big enough to be able to deal with the army as it is currently, because a turn or two has turned and it's now about 10 units. I think the garrison in Tempelhof is pretty big. I might be thinking of somewhere else, but I think it's a lot of wardens and Halfling militia. Wardens being Halfling swordsmen, really. But they're sneakier than that. They've got stalk and anything else. I think they're a bit better than swordsmen. And militia being our spearmen units. Our infantry are actually kind of good. They all have a 5% ward save, which is not much in the grand scheme of things, but it is giving them more durability, and they have good weapon defense, or melee defense. Our armor is also better, because we got research done, which increased it by 15 points. So yeah, that's where we are currently, if I remember correctly. We are also allies with Zufbar, just to our south, though they didn't help us in the siege of Castle Drakenhof. They didn't get a chance to. I asked them to siege, and I don't know whether they would have or not, or I asked them to help us in the siege, but I don't know whether they would have or not, because Manfred, or because the Vampire Count's armies in Drakenhof attacked us. So they didn't get a chance to move their armies to help us. I would have liked to have a mixed battle. It's rare that you get those in the game. The AI sometimes sends their armies to help you. As I've said before, I believe, I think they only send their armies to help if it's guaranteed that you're going to win anyway. So you don't tend to need them when they're willing to come and help you in the battle. Oftentimes when I'm involved with the enemy, with our ally, it's because they have an army sieging a settlement and I chip in some of my units to help them. But in much the same way, I don't tend to be interested in fighting those battles with the AI because I won't end up with the settlement. So I'm better off pursuing my own interests. Anyway, maybe if the AI was a bit more, I don't know, understanding that if they put a few units into the battle, then the combat would tilt in our favor, rather than looking at it and saying, "Oh, you don't have a chance. I'm not going to risk the troops." Or perhaps they could be just made so that they'll be like, you know, yes, we're gonna get involved in this battle, even if they're going to lose, because, you know, having a fight with the AI is more fun regardless of whether you win or lose. With the AI as your ally. Anyway, so yes, the rooster flag of the Mootlands flying over Castle Tempelhof, Eschen, and Castle Drakenhof. Also Schwarzhofen. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have the rebel army here. Led by Gottfried von Zerden. There's also the rebel army there outside Fort Obersteyr, led by Waldemar Richtelos. And we also have Mugger here, a troll lord. And we have Icky over here, another troll lord with stone trolls, chaos trolls, and 2 other types. Who's probably going to attack Schwarzhofen. I feel like I would like to just remove this so that I don't, no, not this. I would like to remove this, the village, just so that I don't, suffer the, you know, so the settlement doesn't get sacked and I lose the money. I'm just going to do something again. I don't know why this game has been having frame rate issues for the last 3 or so sessions. It's most annoying. Okay. Sometimes it just dips. I don't know why. Whatever. So yeah, we have our 2 armies up here. Gottrek's over here. I could move him over to Castle Tempelhof. If they decide to attack, the garrison in Castle Tempelhof is pretty large. However, Gottrek wouldn't be able to get inside Castle Tempelhof, so he'd suffer attrition. But he's got to suffer attrition regardless. Unless I swap the armies over. But he can't, Samwise Warfoot can't move because they just took Eschen. So I think I'm going to cancel the construction. I'm actually going to spend the money on increasing Castle Tempelhof there. Gottrek can go over there. And we can defeat Mugger here. Aisha Schatten has a big enough garrison to defeat 1 troll lord. If Icky goes over to attack Aisha Schatten as well, rather than Schwarzhofen, I am getting so much practice pronouncing German words. Then, at least I think I'm pronouncing them correctly. I apologize for any German-speaking viewers if I am not. Then, if he goes if Icky goes to Aishashatten, it might make it a bit more troublesome. Because our garrison here is not actually that large infantry-wise. We have Master Cooks, which are anti-large. We have Dryads, which are weak against armor, and they're more of a... They're more used against lightly armored infantry. Anything else. Also because they have fear. We have Wardens. Militia. We have 2 units of Ogres. Halfling Rangers, which are quite good ranged units. We have a Great Eagle and a Treeman. So the Treeman is the strongest unit. The Ogres are pretty good, but they have low morale. Their leadership is 53. So they do get better leadership. They're within range of my Master Cooks, because of the feast is coming. So... we're not taxing Castle Tempelhof. How much money are we making from that? 115. I am taxing this province. It's kind of weird though, because if I don't tax the province, we make absolutely no money at all. Whereas you'd think that would just remove the amount of money we're making from taxes. The gold mine has income generated of 900. I suppose that's counted as taxes on the gold mining, rather than just mining gold and turning it into pure coinage for me. I believe in the previous Total War games you would actually be gaining taxes based on the population of the settlement. It would actually have a number like 1,000, 10,000, or varying anything in between. Rome Total War and Medieval 2 Total War, I believe, was like that. I believe you could actually recruit armies from one settlement, move the units to another settlement, and then, what's it called? And then disband the unit, and it would actually add the units, the unit count from that unit to the population of the settlement. So you could increase it that way by essentially relocating infantry from one settlement to another. Not people, forcefully relocating people that way. But Warhammer doesn't have a population. It's just got the level of the capital, or the you know, the level of the settlement, to represent how big the settlement is. There's no population. Anyway, what are we researching? Colonial factors, or an extra bonus onto our trade. A lot of our money is actually from trade. 1088. We actually have a bonus to trade. 20% income from trade. Plus 20% income from trade. We also get plus 25% income from industry. Huh. Does that mean if I build the tobacco plot, we'll actually be getting 25% on top of the 250 there?
Yes, my
That's actually quite large. And can we increase that further? Settlement buildings. Income from industry, 5%, so we can increase it to plus 30%. Income from iron mines and gold mines, plus 15%. That would actually be quite good to get. Oh, also 10% from that. So we can increase it by 15% on top of the 25% we have. So that would be up to 40%. Halflings are really, really good at industry. Who knew? Hey, Zufbar. I can't tell you to attack the trolls, because you're not at war with the trolls. It's still great hearing Brian Blessed. Anyway. Anything else going on? Oh, France has an army of ranged.
The Empire.
Ernest Kemp there has a small army. Elmgart has been taken by Paravon, or still owned by Paravon, actually. Deldrick Clanbreaker. Doesn't seem like a good name for a dwarf to have. Hey! Midland has taken Carroburg, that was previously owned by the Leafcutters tribe. Wiesmund was also owned by the Leafcutters tribe, but Laurelon Forest has taken it. Middenstag is owned by Auckland now. Middenstag is around here, I believe. Talabekland is owned entirely by them. Wartime is still being a problem. There's just massive chaos corruption coming from there. Oh, fun. Oh, we can see Castle von Rolken. Wolfenburg and Norden and Castle von Rolken is all owned by Ostland. Oh dear! Zavastra is owned by Ostermark, but Kislev and Fort Jakova are owned by the Red Eye tribe. Well, Kislev's fallen and is now claimed by the Greenskins. Red Eye tribes start up here. You watched my Kislev campaign. Near the beginning, we had to deal with them quite often, because they would come down from the mountains and sack Fort Jakova and actually ended up squatting in it for it. Kislev might not be completely defeated, however. They still would own Ehrengrad and Fort Ostrosk. So, also Prague. But losing Kislev is quite a large hit to them, because that's their capital. And generates a lot of their income. I would like to have more freedom to move heroes around so I could explore more of the campaign map. All of our exploration so far has been done through military alliances. Nope, you're attacking Schwarzhafen. And you're both attacking Schwarzhafen. Well, we've lost that. I'm not going to be able to defeat all those trolls. What have you got? Southern trolls, armored chaos trolls, stone trolls, and the troll lord. Okay. Did you lose a unit? I thought you had 4 units along with you. Oh, no. We probably couldn't see the Lord. Be it. That's a bit weird. That you can't see the Lord. Oh. No, it's not. That's fine. It's like, you know it's being led by someone. You just can't see exactly what they are. Is Avalon coming to help us? Well, they're probably just going to take Schwarzhafen, those sods. We're going to go to war with Avalon. Reclaim Schwarzhafen. It would make things easier for me. If I owned the entire province of Western Sylvania. These trolls. They're all over the map. They also own a province, a region up in the mountains here. Rib Peaks, Grom Peak is owned by the trolls. The up on the top right there. Where my mouse is currently. They also have a province down here. I did start a campaign, but I didn't play any of it, just to see what the trolls build list is like. This was off stream, and you actually start down in the Badlands. Thinking Gronti Mingol? But I think they also have a settlement up here somewhere as well. They seem to have all these armies running all over the place. Ally mobilizes against force. We receive word our ally intends to attack the enemy force belonging to Icky of Trolls in Schwarzhafen, Western Sylvania, at the next available opportunity. Okay, well thanks, Marius. You're probably going to take Schwarzhafen from underneath me. Oh, they raised it in the Norskan thing. Okay. They can dedicate settlements to one of the 4 Chaos Gods.
Where's the nearest tavern then? For a bid?
Okay, you. I want you. Oh, we can get green leaf battle robes now. It's a unique item for Samwise Warfoot. Dried and treated tobacco from the greenleaf plantations are woven into impossible robes, showcasing various runes of protection. I don't know, these actually might not be unique items for Samwise Warfoot, our legendary, our leader. These actually might just be items which any of the Halfling characters can get. I haven't actually recruited another Halfling Lord to see whether that's the case or not. 10% ward save and perfect vigor is pretty good. Enables magical attacks. Magic resistance 20%. Miscast base chance minus 15%. Enables attrition on army. I would like to get him fervent just to get the untainted. Halflings are kind of lacking in ways to reduce corruption. We've only got the one, like, detect Skaven building to reduce corruption. Which is kind of a problem. I want you to move to Fort Drakenhof.
This is impudence.
If we can get... What's your forces like? Black Knights, zombies, skeleton spears, direwolves, fellbats.
Son of Gurney.
Get the Grand Cauldron Cooks. And get... We're not going to have enough income to be able to sustain them. I'll get them and get...
I'll have your soul. Garage!
I need, like, heavier hitting things. Get the Treekin. If we can get them before they attack Castle Templehof, then that's fine. We're gonna get orchards in another turn. Do I want fields to increase growth? It doesn't really matter. I don't think I would have the income. No, I won't have the income to be able to upgrade the settlements, so. Come on, can you please attack the Vampire Counter Rebels? I thought everyone's supposed to be automatically at war with rebels. Dying Guards owned by Whistleland. They've taken it back for the Blood Dragons. Blood Keeps still owned by the Blood Dragons. That's changed by the mod. If Fort Oberstein gets taken by the Vampire Counts there, then I have few tears to shed. Because I'll be able to take it from them. However, if Avalon takes Schwarzhafen from me, then we are military allies with them, actually. That is... We were close to being at war with them in the early game. Because the Halflings start with like minus 20, minus 25 diplomatic relations with Avalon. Apparently, they don't... Marius Leitdorf doesn't like Halflings. I think there's a reason lore-wise for that. I can't remember what it is. Might be something to do with the Halflings taking the moot, or settling in the moot, and like moving the original getting the original inhabitants moved out of the area. The origins of the Halflings aren't really described in any detail. Oh, Marius is on his horse. It's sort of suggested that they were... Oh, they defeated the army. Okay. It's sort of suggested that the Halflings were created by the Old Ones, sort of like as proto-ogres. Which explains their voracious appetite. But at the same time, it's sort of... It's also mentioned that Halflings have just been always been around humans. And that early reports of dwarves meeting with humans also mention Like, you know, these short beings of immense appetites which aren't dwarves. So yeah, I mean, they were never a really fleshed out faction in Warhammer. They were mostly just hobbits from the Lord of the Rings transplanted into Warhammer and made more grimdark and more extreme. So, which is fine. Warhammer's got a lot of stuff with that in it. A number of the factions have been moved beyond that. It's their inception. Ulrich, Defender of Luncheon, that's right. Your Lord, Ulrich, Defender of Luncheon, has returned from their absence and is once again ready for duty. He's the Lord who defended Eicherschatten from Manfred von Carstein, so I gave him a title.
It is time.
Thought it was very appropriate. Lunch was saved. Lens corruption.
Godtrek,
Okay.
journey, son.
You're probably going to attack next turn.
Ready.
To move you there, you would take attrition for a turn, but you would also be able to help in the battle. I'm not happy with my chances of being able to fight that. I've just got a massive militia.
Now.
I'm going to move you up there. My Pistoliers are rank 7. Wow. Okay. He's going to suffer attrition. Corruption's going to go up there. Don't upgrade the vineyards. Where's your horse?
By the comet.
Lunatic ravings. Marius recites poetry, does impressions of the Reichmarschall, and sings bawdy songs about rotund maidens. And let's not forget that moment when he rode an imaginary horse. Daisy was so jealous after that. Oh. Okay, that's actually a mount that he's on foot. Okay, he's having a bad moment. Rampage. Yeah, okay. He's suffering a bit at the moment. That's why he's not on a horse, because he's riding an invisible one. Can you not see? No, I can't, sire. Exactly!
Never yield.
Oh, we can see Karakadra now. Can't interact with them. Oh! Zufbar has confederated with the dwarves. Karak. What's it called? Kala's uncle. Not just dwarves. Sorry. Oh no, wait, hang on. That's actually possibly kind of good. Military alliance. Military access. Wait, hold on, hold off. I can't get a trade agreement with you? I don't have a trade agreement with you. Why can't I trade with you? We don't have a path to your capital. Even though we have connected territories, there's no road around there to your capital. We would have to hold this and this. Or you would have to hold all this. Military alliance, military access.
Agreed.
And Anad, the deal is struck. There's Thorgrim Grudgebearer there. Do we have anything else with you? Okay, we can see all your territories now. Okay, what have you got? Karaza Karak is level 3, about as you'd expect.
You know who I am.
They have Grombrindle, the White Dwarf. He has an army of Longbeards, Dwarf Warriors, Miners with blasting charges, Rangers, and Grudge Thrower. Rorik Deepbrow, a Rune Lord, 2 Longbeards and Thunderers. Have a Thane there. And there's Thorgrim Grudgebearer. He has a large army of Dwarf Warriors, Quarrelers, some Thunderers, Miners with blasting charges, Longbeards, 2 cannons, and himself. There will be no rest, no peace, until every page of the Damazkron is accounted for. Damazkron being Khazalid or Dwarven for the Great Book of Grudges. Got the High King. The High King is the embodiment of Kara's Uncor. Should he be wounded or even fall, then the dwarves will rise in a vengeful rage. Oath of Vengeance. From the Damazkron, the High King recounts an ancestral grudge towards the foe, driving the Dawi into a vengeful rage. He's got the Axe of Grimnir. Before Grimnir disappeared into the north, he gifted his son Morgrim one of his legendary axes. It has been passed down to each High King ever since. So yes. Thorgrim Grudgebearer is an interesting character. He's carried around on his throne by 4 dwarf throne bearers. But he does attack immediately. He's armed with an axe. The Axe of Grimnir here. And he's a pretty good attacker. He's also very tough. He's mostly a, like, army buffer. But he can fight.
Knowledge is power.
But in true dwarven fashion, you'd mostly put your army around him and protect him. And not move from that spot, because you don't need to. Because you've got all the cannons in the world. Okay. The dwarves haven't actually expanded that far. 32 turns in, and I suppose they've confederated with Zufbar, but if before then, they really don't have that much. They haven't claimed the entirety of Karasa Karak, their capital province. And they've only just taken a province in or they've got one province in the Barak-Var region. Province. It's still kind of early in the campaign though. But we encounter Laurelon Forest. An Empire army is moving into Midland. We encountered the Greenskins, and we encountered the Bloody Hands faction. That'll be because dwarf armies are moving around down there. Ooh, a region down there has been claimed by someone. I just noted on the map. There's raiding in Castle Drakenhof, eastern Sylvania. That's one of the troll armies. I worry about the garrison. Is the garrison in Castle Drakenhof big enough to be able to deal with that?
Approach us, friend,
Oh, hello.
and make your offer.
Albrecht von... Albrecht Haupt Anderson. You want military access and you're going to pay 300 for it. No. I'm sorry. I fear if I give them that, they're going to be more likely to capture settlements which might be ruined, which I previously owned. So they'll be like, oh, I can go through your territory and I can take this place. Whereas having no military access will deter them at least a bit more. If they're eyeing a ruin, because they'll be like, oh, I have to go through your territory and I don't have military access. Also, 300 gold's not that much. Oh, we encounter servants of Fimelnade. Fimelnade? I don't know what that is. The Norscan army, and it's using, I believe, the faction of the Vanna Halflings. Rebel army is attacking a settlement. A lot of skeletons, zombies, black knights, dire wolves, and fellbats. So nothing too terrible. Oop, chaos stirs.
So, Monster Slayer!
Yeah, you didn't get your army build up. Destroy that.
Victorious! Earth alive!
And get execute.
Raise Sigma.
I mean execute the captives. How many turns have we got you for? 2. Okay. Icky is there. What's the garrison in Castle Drakenhof like? About the same as everywhere else. Okay.
I will marshal the men.
I can move you down to Castle Drakenhof.
My axe thirsts
Why aren't you?
for
You're at war with the
the wisdom of the layer.
green skin. You're at war with the trolls. Why can't I tell you to move your army to attack them?
By the comet. By Sigma's right.
Their armies have moved back, so they're not actually going to be taking Schwarzhofen.
It is for the best.
They attack. 9, 9, 10, and 1.
Giant Slayer.
Yes, my lord.
I worry because if they attack Castle Drakenhof, they could just break the gates down. And I have no ranged, so I'd have to beat them in melee, but trolls are kind of nasty in melee.
Journey, son.
Even though their leadership is terrible. Move around that way.
Aye?
To the provinces.
I want you to get... not a warhorse. There's no real need. We don't have any cavalry. Well, the only cavalry we have is our Pistoliers. Yep. I would like to get some hunting hounds though.
Godtrek,
Oh, hello.
journey, son.
Half-deer Sea Strider. Galmar the Fang in the Night. Why are we getting Norscan heroes down here?
By the comet.
There's Boris Todbringer taking Karaberg. You see Weismund, owned by the Wood Elves.
Praise Sigma.
Volkmar the Grim is apparently going through Weismund at the moment. Let's have a look down here right now.
For the
There's
Karazhan
Thorgrim
God.
Grudgebearer on his throne, as we can see. It is a rule and law and tradition of the dwarves that the High King of the Dwarves may never sit down anywhere except on his throne. So
What you want?
there's Bogrub of the Red Fangs. They own Iron Rock. And there's Gosbag. Oh, hello. Morglum of the Bloody Spears.
Who calls me?
I'm probably going to lose the Killers of Grumney.
I'm special.
I have a stack of 20.
What do you want?
You don't have any garrison. Mount Squighorn, still held by the Greenskin Rebels. We see Fort Jakova here, owned by the Red Eye Tribe. Kislev up there is also owned by Red Eye Tribe.
It is forbidden.
Carl France is going through Paravon at the moment. Are you attacking the army here? Skull Smash is a massive oracle. Are you at war with them?
Prince and
No, you're not.
Emperor.
What are you doing? You're attacking someone over here. Carcassonne owns Brion. Aquitaine. Okay, whatever. The talk has been taken by the Bloody Hands tribe. Oh, pardon me.
Yes.
What
Son
else?
of Journey.
Okay. End turn. We're going to lose Gotrek And Felix soon. I think maybe one more turn after this one. This next one. And they'll up and leave us. They've done pretty good service though. They helped us take over Sylvania. I don't really mind them coming and going. I know there's mods which allow you to have them around more permanently. And they aren't as good as other lords because you can't actually give them... Oh, what's it called? You can't give them... They don't level up like other lords do. So they don't get red tree skills, yellow tree skills, blue tree skills and the like. I think they do get more powerful when they come back in later turns. I don't mind them going off though, because, I don't know, you have to plan around it. That's how I look at it. Troll armies are expanding. I don't like that. Averland, you were actually going to be dealing with them. You said, it even told me you were attacking them. Laurelon Forest has made peace with Hochland.
It is good to see
hello again.
sons of the Empire this
What do you
day.
want? Defensive alliance for 300. Nah. I mostly just want to focus and develop Sylvania. The fertile hills and great beast halls.
Parley with the dead. Begone, abomination.
Hello, Wallach Harkon. You want peace? You're always a lot of my friends, though. They wouldn't like it if I have peace with you. I was at peace with you before. That's right, I broke my treaty with you. Our reliability is also very high now. It used to be low because I broke my non-aggression pact with the Blood Dragons. You decline, not unexpected, but supremely foolish. So, I mean, I'm up to making peace with them. That means that we don't have to fight each other. However, my allies would take exception to that, and it puts me in difficult situations where I have to choose between you know, no-win situations. Ooh, slavers of Zar Nagrund. Strange, twisted creatures known as Chaos Dwarves have appeared en masse from the east. It is their infernal intent to destroy all in their path until only they and the gods of chaos rule the world. If the Darizar are not driven back to the Darklands, they will enslave all in their way, sending them to the hellish forges of Zardok. They will eventually carve a new empire of ash, leaving all but a place of smoky darkness. We've seen this before earlier on in the campaign. I assume a Chaos Dwarf army is spawned somewhere, but I don't know. This is one of the mods I have. I have two mods. One adds the Chaos Dwarves as a faction, and another one actually causes this event where Chaos Dwarves invade. But I thought it was supposed to happen later on. We can see Kislev owned by the Greenskins now. Just looks the same as it normally does. But yeah, I mean, if we get to fight Chaos Dwarves, I am simultaneously excited and scared about that. I hope they'll have to deal with the dwarves first. I suppose they destroyed the greenskins there. Unless they ran off. No, it looks like they battled them. Brombrindle moved down to help them. Okay.
Retake the realm.
Ogak, an orc shaman. Orc shamans have been known to cause a foe's brains to burst out of his skull, shoot death beams out of their own beady eyes, or summon an almighty green foot from the skies to stomp anything unfortunate enough to be underneath. Greenskin magic is quite fun. They have two schools of magic. The... what's it called? Law of the Big Wa Yeah, the big wire and the little wire. Little wire is for goblins, and is evolve a lot of like buffing spells, magic missiles, debuffs of the enemy, Night Shroud, which actually works different than how it used to. I think it was actually called something different as well, and Curse of the Bad Moon. Whereas the big wire is more about destruction. You have magic missile, explosion spell, Fists of Gork, which is a buff spell, Headbutt, which is a breath spell, Here We Go, which is another buff spell, plus 44 melee attack, and Foot of Gork, which is a, as it said, a big stomp spell. I remember on the tabletop, if you cast the Foot of Gork, you had to use a large foot-shaped template
What? To strengthen the
to
Empire.
squish units with.
Fight for
Okay,
our
go take
nation.
Schwarzhafen. Colonize it.
Raise
Claim it back in the name of the moot. Yeah, regain control. Upgrade it to a hamlet. Tax the province.
Gottrek, Gurnishan.
Gottrick, go down to Castle Drakenhof. Tax the province. Our money problems are solved. Ugh. Oh, we're going to lose Gottrick, aren't we? Yep. They're going to go.
Gottrek,
Which is a shame. Ooh, actually. Da, 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 da.
I will marshal the band.
How am I going to do this? Okay. Recruit Ulrich, Defender of Luncheon, there. You will get Tormentor Sword, take it from Gottrick. Enchanted item, Iron Curse. Take that from Gottrick. I don't think he's got anything else. Get the Pit Fighter. Don't get basic armor. We actually have 2 Tormentor Swords, I believe. Okay, fine. Our income's lower,
Born to hunt.
but it will be better when Gottrick leaves. Actually, I should have... I wanted to get the items off him.
Yes.
But that leaves the problem that Gottrick's going to leave, and then I'm going to have to replace him with another lord.
Fall in, man.
What's the upkeep on him? Do we have upkeep on him? Army upkeep is 1,110. I can't do math enough to be able to calculate all that. They don't have upkeep on them. But I would assume the army... They do have upkeep. Does it list his?
Huntsman General.
Yeah, it does list his. 260.
What does the Emperor bid?
260, 286.
Demon
Okay, I suppose maybe they just don't have any upkeep. You could have them running around as a lord and a hero without any upkeep. Perhaps. Ooh. They got forest trolls. Trolls that have somewhat adopted to forest life. They are difficult to spot in forests when standing still, but at the same time simply don't comprehend the concept of sneaking. Natural camouflage. Stalk and hide in forest. That's kind of impressive for a troll. Not like they'd be trying to hide, I suppose. Okay. Oh, that's another troll army. That's not Mugger, that's Clubber. There's Icky. Where's Mugger gone? Oh, hello. Delina. There's a Wood Elf army there. Got Crown of Command and Elven Steed. And we can see the greenskins here. Sozpug Spearchucker. With Snide and Crusher. And Knobnail's Blood Reaper. And the Black Pit. The Wood Elves are probably going to take the Black Pit from you. They have nearly a full stack. And Wood Elf armies are pretty nasty. We have got walls in here to give us a better garrison. We need to build the walls in here. If it was owned by the vampire counts, they don't need to build walls because their garrison is naturally big on their settlement. For Castle Drakenhof. They have to build walls in other settlements, but because Drakenhof is their capital, they get a garrison built into it. The same as Kislev was for us in our Kislev campaign, and if we play as the Empire, so is Altdorf. I believe it's like that for every faction for their capital. Or nearly every faction. War declared, the pirates of Sartosa and the border princes. Bloody Hands has got a wire army. Greenskins have a mechanic where the more they fight and the more they win, they get a resource, or they get a bar increasing on their armies called fightiness. And when the fightiness gets high enough, they spawn a wire army, which follows the main army around, supposedly, and will help them in battles. It's sort of to represent the fact that the greenskins are really numerous, so you tend to have larger armies running around the place, or two armies running around the place, to help you do everything. Though the wire armies are kind of difficult to control. They like running off and attacking enemies and dying to them. I think the auto-resolve for them isn't very good. They have like large penalties, so they die against battles, which they really shouldn't. Beastmen have the same mechanic. They have prey herds they summon. At least they did. I think when I was playing as the Beastmen last, they didn't actually have the prey herds spawning. It's an interesting idea, and in some ways I don't mind the armies going off and doing their own thing, because greenskins are like that. However, on the other hand, if they go and do that, I'd like them to have a bit more... a bit better determination.
This path is no more certain than that chosen for us by blind chance.
Trouble brews in the distance. Feels like the doom I deserve. Yes, my lord.
Oh, there we go. And Gotrek and Felix have walked off. Get Konz, Oldenstrut, Vasily Narhelm, Curtis Frankenwerter, Boris von Bluten, Luther Thorpes. I believe all these guys, the Grand Enchanters, are all the same as our main guy, so I would like to get another one. Sure. Let's get Luther Thorpes or Konz Holdenstrut. I've all got the wrong names. Gotrek and Felix depart. Eager to find better opportunities for the Dwarves Slayer's heroic doom, Gotrek and Felix have left your faction to continue their travels. Perhaps in time you'll encounter the eccentric mercenaries again, though hopefully not from the opposite side of a battlefield. Yeah, they could end up being recruited by one of the other goodly factions, which we could be at war with. So let's have a look. Are they? Okay. So these items are just for all Grand Enchanters. There is a named lord which I would like to see lead the Halflings. I forget what his name is. He's apparently he's rather a shrewd diplomat. and has encouraged the Halflings to send forces to reinforce the Empire in battles outside of the moot. So he's rather odd in that way.
Huntsman General.
We've got one gold coming in per turn.
Yes.
We need to be making more money than that. Get rid of those. No.
Sigma.
And
Huntsman General.
if I disband him again, it's just going to... I'm just going to have to wait a number of turns for him to come back again. I kind of would like to have him running around. That army's got 446 upkeep. This one's got 628 upkeep. Because of the Grand Cauldron, of course, mostly. Your army's upkeep is nearly 3,000.
Who calls?
If I move you over
The
here,
nation calls.
3.
Huntsman
I
General.
think you can keep order if you're in there. 1.
Huntsman General.
-1.
Yes.
You're in Aisha Shatton.
To the provinces.
You're gonna recover your forces faster that way. What's corruption doing also? Vampiric corruption's still going down. Skaven corruption's going up. We've got 2 osmosis now. You've got 2 osmosis there as well. Skaven settlement. There's Skaven undercities somewhere and they're causing issues. But I don't know of any Skaven faction around here, so it's just one located underneath the settlement. Oh, Varanka Hills has been taken by the Border Princes. Oh, okay. Actually, the Blood River Valley has been split up between 4 different factions. Varag Dawasbag is taken by the Dwarves. Varanka Hills, owned by the Border Princes. Dok Karaz has been taken by the Bloody Hands. That's over here. And Barak Var here is taken by the Greenskins.
I will marshal the band.
What do we do now? Can we trade with Waldenhof?
Come then. Only
Yeah, we can.
Sigma's god, Ulrich, can judge it worthy or no. Empire's blessing. Yes.
We should feast to this grand accord. Is it Festard yet? They don't need to be Festard to have a feast. The Halflings don't, you know. Okay. See, Wolfram Hertwig over here. Plagued by an unfortunate incident in his past, the Elector Count of Ostermark fights all the harder to overcome his enemies and restore his reputation. I don't actually know what that's referencing. Probably chaos, corruption, or something. Okay, well, we're making more money now. That's good. Yay! More money is good. It is actually annoying that Zufbar confederated with the dwarves, because even though we border with the dwarves here, since we don't have a road leading to Karatakarak, we cannot trade with the dwarves. I feel like the dwarves should be able to trade, because they would have tunnels leading underground from Zufbar to Karatakarak, surely. Maybe that's something they could add for the dwarves, actually. Dwarves just have to have a neighboring province. They don't have to have a road to be able to trade with other factions. Because they don't necessarily use the roads above ground. Okay, end turn. We're doing quite well. Castle Drakenhof and Templehof are going to be good centers of income for us. once we level them up a fair bit. So we are having to maintain rather large armies to keep control of the area. Also because of my lack of trust in my infantry. They've proven themselves to be quite sturdy and they hold on quite well during a battle. However, they're still, I don't know, they're slow. And they're lower in number than the Empire sword, spears and swords. They have 75 in a squad rather than 90. And that also means they have lower health.
I will listen, but
Oh,
my time
hello,
is short.
Durthu. You want a non-aggression pact? Sure, okay. I wish to make you an offer, son of Sigmar. Durthu is a very big and angry tree. He pretty much hates everything, but apparently he likes us. Federation penalty was a mootland? What? Don't have a confederation penalty? What's that talking about? They like I'm at war with the Blood Dragons, they like I broke treaties with the Blood Dragons, rulers' tolerance to mootland. Sure. Past war with Crooked Moon. Oh yeah, we were. Nothing came of that. They have a -10 aversion. They hate we have treaties with the Empire. Sure, whatever. The Earls of Atholoran will aid the men of the Empire. Sure. All the factions tend to look upon the Halflings more favorably. Or more of the older factions. Even if it's sort of because, you know, oh, you're just Halflings, what can you do? But I suppose a lot of the dislike of humans, which elves and dwarves have, doesn't really apply to halflings. I don't actually really know the relationships between elves and dwarves with halflings. I don't think the lore ever went into that much depth. Or just, oh, they exist. They're not humans. They like eating. Okay. I wonder what the Servants of Fimmel Mund is. Must be a unique faction, headed by like a legendary lord or something. I've never seen them before, so I don't know what to expect from them. I assume they're a Norscan tribe. But are they a roaming army? Do they own a province somewhere? Greenskins and bloody spears are confederated. Okay. Red fangs have been destroyed. We discover Clubber, and Clubber is raiding Western Sylvania. Ulrich, Defender of Luncheon, has Builder.
I'll use me spells.
Okay, the Bloody Hands tribe there. He's led by Wurzag, the Great Green Prophet. Wurzag is a legendary lord for the Greenskins. He is a great shaman character. And here's his Wa, headed by Icky Wolfherder. You see the flag is different. Keeps causing me to double take because trolls have the same shaped flag that the Wa armies have. This triangle shaped flag.
Whatever. You know who I am.
Oh, it's got some Bugman's Rangers. Ever seeking vengeance, these hardy rangers follow their brewmaster, delivering grim tidings of upcoming struggles and bolstering the dwarves' defensive lines. They have liquid fortification. They get regeneration. Unless their leadership is wavering. I can see Skaven corruption around here. There's warpstone appearing on the ground. I mean, there can only be one type of corruption, really. Well, there can be varying types. But the Skaven corruption will actually combat the vampire corruption as well. So it works kind of to our advantage in that way. And Skaven corruption is kind of preferable because it doesn't cause attrition to our armies.
Praise Sigma.
Still haven't recovered.
How to proceed?
Go up there.
The great outdoors.
Yup. Upgrade to a village.
By the comet.
Did I tell you to maybe attack
Wisdom of the
wall
layer.
and the trolls? No. Oh, hello.
Tribesmen gather.
Lamont Dahl. Chaos Warp Defilers. Are you attacking Beckarfen?
Slaughter the sheep.
Are you a Warriors of Chaos army? War Fervor. Something higher pushes this force to its limits for now, at least. Minus 85% upkeep for all units. Oof. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal for the AI because I don't. They get reduction in upkeep costs anyway, but still.
For the Karazhan
Orgrid's been badly beaten. Skull Smashers are up there. Ugrock Cracktooth. There's another one there. Snazdrog. Oh, they have a Savage Orc Big Boss. Bound in huge bulging muscles, the Savage Orc Big Boss wades through battle, hacking off heads and limbs. They are from Massive Orcal there. Maybe the Bretonians should get on top of that. Now, what happened to Carl France? Oh, he's back there.
The Empire.
That's a good army.
Orders heeded.
I assume those Lamont Dahl came from Wardheim, because that's Chaos Warp Defilers. But there's also some up here in Brasskeep, so they might have come from that way. I hope there's not a full stack of Chaos in there. That would be nasty. If you attack Castle Templehof, I can deal with you. We also have good towers here. Well, bullets. Ah. Is anything changing on the map? Doesn't look like the dwarves have lost any more provinces around their capital. I worry somewhat about the Empire. There's those greenskin armies coming to attack them. The blood dragons, which are there as well. And Marienburg might be at war with them? I'm not sure. I think Marienburg owns, oh, what's it called? Ironheart? Maybe?
Approach us, friend, and make your offer.
Western province of the, Reichland. Perhaps a treaty? Gashnag the Black Prince. Sure. You may be worthy of our nation's respect. Oh, you're at war with the Golden Order. Yeah. We can survive that. Golden Order is kind of a tiny faction. As I said, they're located in Solent. They're headed by Balthazar Gelt. Oh, we can see Mordheim now. And also I can see that that Chaos Army up near Beckhafen has actually sieged it.
By the comet.
Got Field Warden. Halflings patrol the borders of the moot, keeping away threats from unwanted outsiders. How appropriate. Ambush defense chance plus 10%. Colonial factors. Income from trade plus 10%. This joint stock enterprise, if the trade winds prevail, is bound to make both factors and shareholders filthy stinking rich. Amen.
Tracker of distinction.
Okay. Ulrich, Defender of Luncheon, move into Castle Tempelhof. Let's have a look at Mordheim. What's Mordheim got? Chaos Stronghold. Once a great city, now overrun by the mutants, monsters, and madmen of the north. Oh, okay, it's just got the generic Norscan dialogue. Chaos Corruption plus 2, Public Order plus 4. Provides garrison, Chaos Warriors, Great Weapons, Forsaken, Chaos Warriors with Hellbirds, Chosen, and Chaos Spawn. Pillar of Skulls. Much like war shrines, grisly trophies carried in the wake of Chaos Knights may attract the eyes of the gods. Unlocks recruitments of Dragon Ogre, Shaggoth, and Chaos Chariot. Oh. Forsaken Altar. Glorifying acts before ruinous altars are summoning rituals that draw the most powerful of the gods' mortal followers. Growth plus 40, Chaos Corruption plus 3. Dungeon of Forgotten Riches. A place to stockpile the trinkets, jewels, and treasures pillaged from those now either enslaved or dead.
You need a boon?
And they're headed by Eglixus.
Marauders all.
Hmm.
Now?
The Empire.
Samwise. I get you the green leaf battle robe? Oh, I didn't. Oh, I put the point in Route Marcher, I think. Sure, let's give you that. Another point in Assassinate.
Now,
I could take Fort Oberstyre.
ready.
Move up. We'll see if we can catch those trolls. I could actually... I could force march you to get to the trolls, and I could attack them with Ulrich, but if they move over this way, or up over here, then I won't be able to catch them.
By the comet. My axe thirsts for war.
What lump? Timber? Woodman's hut? Or tobacco plot? I'd like the trade resources, honestly. Woodman's hut would be good.
What does the Emperor bid?
Let's get Clergy of Sigmar for the Untainted +2 it gives. Because I am fighting corruption, and I would like to have as many bonuses against that as I could have. Oh, we can see Karak Kadrin. There's Ungrim Iron Fist. Right.
I am Iron Fist. Some call me a king. You are welcome here. Sure enough.
Aye, Grimnir smiles on us. Fine.
I must fulfill my Slayer oath.
Yep, you have an army of slayers.
I have the forge fire.
You have a runesmith there.
Now's the time.
Fighting against Ashok Bigagit. Okay. Yeah, the Black Pit's been taken by by Laurelon Forest. Wrecker's Point is owned by trolls.
Who needs study?
I'll crush them all!
The Empire. The nation calls.
Oh, Varenka Hills has been raised.
More likes it.
Thorgrim Grudgebearer is marching away.
Look after me. Aye.
Okay, fine. Imminent rebellion? Oh, Castle Drakenhof. What was in that? Oh, corruption.
Yes, my lord.
The great outdoors.
Yes.
Huntsman General.
You've moved there. You can't move any further. Puts us in debt quite a bit, and it doesn't even fix the public order issue. Fine, whatever.
I will marshal the men.
You go. If whatever happens with Clubber, he'll move away at least, and we'll be able to go back around to Castle Drakenhof and restore order there. This corruption is being a problem. It's because we have no buildings which lower corruption. Castle Drakenhof, which is mostly why I want the research. Then we'll just have a passive -2. Strigoi Ghoul King has appeared. The thing is that if you have no sources of uncorruption, of untainted corruption in a settlement or in a region or province, then even 1 point of corruption will end up causing it to be 100% corruption. Usually. Now, that seems excessive. However, for the majority of the Empire, the settlements are naturally human. So they have a base untainted of at least 1. Since Sylvania is naturally vampires, it has a base corruption of at least 1 vampiric corruption. I believe it's 2. At least in some places it's 2 vampiric corruption. So we're dealing with a base vampiric corruption of 2. And there's no base untainted corruption. Because the influence of the vampires here is so strong. So we have to combat it through buildings or through characters. But the problem with characters is that they move out of the region. I can't keep them there forever. So we need buildings to combat the corruption. The research which I'm going for. A treaty to enshrine our alliance and consider it an honor, no doubt. You're at war with Agwillan, though, and we have a non-aggression pact with them. I don't really want to draw the ire of Durthu. Oh, I'm sorry. They're kind of a small dwarf faction. A military alliance with them is not really going to be that big of a deal, I feel. I mean, they're all the way over there. If it was a non-aggression pact, I might have been a bit more open to it, but a military alliance is a bit too far. Oh. That's a lot of stuff. Oh, that's probably just because the event messenger disappeared. And then something happened and it popped up again. Rebellion, Eastern Sylvania, Castle Timberhof. The old ones endure. Oh, that's we've seen this one before. This is apparently a Chaos Army. From a Chaos Army has spawned in Zahotek, the City of Echoes, which is over in Lustria. So, it's not really our problem. I'd like you to move to... Move to Eschen.
The men are keen.
To the provinces.
I want you to move to Castle Tempelhof. The moot can look after itself. Oh, the rebel army's gone.
For the wisdom of
Did you go and attack it? There was a rebel army here. A Strigoi Ghoul King. Now they're no longer there. I think my ally here actually fought them.
axe thirsts for war.
Yeah, they got released captives. So they actually attacked the rebel army for me. Thanks, buddies. That's real swell of you. Okay. Yep, we've got public order. Military crackdown is getting that though. Corruption's still an issue here. We've still got no laws of untainted corruption here. I could move Rolf Beckberg there because he has untainted. He has cleansed corruption too. See, vampire corruption, local populace is 3. There's also Skaven corruption osmosis. So balancing those out, I believe I want to say it would end up being 75% vampire corruption and 1% Skaven corruption, but that osmosis might be 1.5, which is why it's actually going up. Skaven, the osmosis from Skaven Undercities is in 0.5 rather than being 1. So, but this list here doesn't state decimals. It just has round numbers. It's a little annoying. But, yeah. Build tobacco plot. Because it gives us a nice amount of money.
The nation calls.
Anything else?
To war.
Thorgrim Grudgebearer's army's been decimated.
You need help.
Greenskins now own Iron Rock.
Our enemies
Rombindle's got a fairly good army. Rorik Deepbrow's just sitting there. Come on, dwarves, be a bit more proactive. I crack a drac all over again. They just sat there for ages, not taking their provinces back. Their regions back.
This is my land.
Oh, Grungzint owned by Marienburg. Yeah, Isleheart here. Why? They're not at war with Altdorf. Who are you all with? Anyone? No, not really. Do you have a version to them? No. Okay. Okay, fine. Those trolls, gonna have to just try and chase them out of our territory. It's like shooing away cats or something. Cats which eat everything which they come across. Well, that's still really just cats. Herding goats, perhaps? Because goats eat everything they come across better than cats. Oh, the Empire and Telepaklund confederated. Well, we weren't trading with Telepaklund, so that's not a problem. Military alliance negotiated with the dwarves and the border princes. Well, that'll strengthen both of them. Auckland we've encountered. That's because the Empire confederated with Telepaklund. Now we can see the border against the Empire and Hochland. Clubber won against Iris. Something or other. Oh, Clubber's moved down there. Who did he attack? Avalon move an army up. Well, Clubber's in a prime position to be attacked now.
Only Sigma's god, Ulrich, can judge it worthy or no.
Military alliance. Nah. They're going to be suffering diplomatic penalties with the Empire or Reichling because of the Confederation. Confederating with other factions ends up giving you a penalty to diplomacy because the other factions, I don't know, don't like you confederating with others. Even though you have to be on high terms. No, never mind. You have to be on high terms with the faction you want to confederate with. Other factions, when you confederate, though, get a penalty to diplomacy with them for a number of turns. I believe it's 8. Trade agreement dissolved with Ostermark. Oh! Wait. Oh no! They lost their capital! Oh man. It's gonna hurt us. Those damn Chaos Warp Defilers. Defeat the following lords in battle. Clubber! Well, we can do that. We got strict and strict. You sods! You raised Beckhafen. Wolfrang Hertwig is just sitting down here. Beckhafen's been destroyed. It's just like, oh. I'll get around to dealing with it. Hey, Marius has got Daisy back. Now got Berserk and Frenzy.
The Empire.
Okay.
For Heldenhammer.
Let's deal with Clubber.
We march into battle.
Yes. Let's actually see this battle. It is a very tiny battle. But did we see it actually? Nah. I was going to, and I was going to show off the Avalon units with their uniforms, but
Raise Sigma.
it's so small. Not really. Just not worth it.
Ready.
Spread public order. Okay, there we go. We got defeated Clubber. Nice.
Scout leader.
What's happened? See, this is the only building which we have to fight Untainted. The Night Watch. And it's only Untainted +1. It's not even really designed to reduce Untainted. Actually, it also gives minus 50% public order due to presence or lack of corruption. So, if we have corruption is giving minus 11 there, so that would actually reduce it by like 5 points. So it does help in that regard, I suppose.
The Empire.
Hey, Essen.
Come then, only Sigma's god.
I was going to say, hey, Essen, would you like to be my vassal? I think I could ask Altdorf to be my vassal.
Greetings from
Yeah.
Sigma.
Become my vassal! Like, nah.
Fall in, men.
Okay.
By Sigma.
Sergov Dog Burglar. Town, barracks, tavern, night watch. Yeah, chaos corruption is really high there because of the brass keep. I mean, if Ostermark just ends up disappearing, then I could move into Ostermark and take their regions back from them. Or back and claim them as my own. There's a bit of a plan.
What?
If I should just accidentally stumble into an Ostermark ruin. I kind of want to save my money. Castle Drakenhof is ready to be upgraded. I just need 3,104.
Yes, my lord.
To untamed lands.
I could also have my sights on taking Kislev. We just end up right back in Kislev. As the Halflings this time. Okay, in turn. It's like the Empire and Stirland are poised to attack Mordheim, but they're not willing to commit. The Skaven corruption, as I've mentioned, is being caused by Skaven undercities. There are ways to detect Skaven undercities. Primary amongst them is building that Night Watch building, which increases the detectability of Skaven undercities by, I believe, 40 points. You can also use heroes to just be present in the region, and they will passively scout for undercities. I believe each hero increasing the discoverability by 10 points. This is on a scale of 0 to 100, I think. It can actually go negative in discoverability. Skaven can make it really hard to discover them, but they need basically no buildings there, and only the buildings they have which makes it harder to discover their undercities. Or heroes. I believe Skaven heroes help hide their undercities. But generally a Skaven undercity will be around visibility or discoverability about 20, 40 to 60. And so by building the Night Watch, you increase it to 40. Or your chance to discover it goes to 40. So if they're 60 and you're 40, then they're still hidden. But if you put a hero there, then you'll push it over, if that makes sense, and then you'll be able to discover them. Rest in peace. Yeah. Reject us and reject your petty lives. Oh, there's that Chaos Army. I want to know if they're Warriors of Chaos, or are they Norscan? The flag says Norskans, but the symbol was Warriors of Chaos. Also, they've got a Norscan Lord for a general. Don't have enough points. Can I move you in and get a little bit of a discount to be able to build it? I can! Aha!
To the provinces.
Marvelous.
It is for the best.
There we go. And the discount remains even after I moved the guy out of the region. Because we paid the money and then he moved out and the price went up.
Despoil and ravage. Praise Sigmar.
Okay.
Huntsman General.
Upgrading that will be good because we'll be able to increase the gold smelter once we get enough gold for that. Skaven corruption is continually reducing vampire corruption. That's fine. We've got 4 more turns until we get passive untainted corruption. I know it's a bit confusing that the untainted is considered a corruption type. It actually wasn't always like that. Originally it was just a region is untainted or it's got corruption. And it was like you built buildings to reduce corruption. However, it was changed so that untainted is its own type of corruption. I'm not entirely sure. I can't exactly remember the reason for that. Or when it occurred. I think it was changed for Warhammer 2 Total War. Might still be like the original way in Warhammer 1. I haven't played Warhammer 1 since Warhammer 2 came out. It would be quite jarring in some ways because it's running on a lot of the... it never got any of the updates Warhammer 2 did, so a lot of the mechanics in Warhammer 1 would be how they originally were Warhammer 2. Or, you know, just factions aren't as developed and so on as they are in Warhammer 2. Which is fine for me, but I can imagine people would be a bit upset. Or be a bit annoyed that Warhammer 1, when the second one came out, it's like, well, all the effort's put into the second one now, first one. Especially the quality of life changes, which they've made to the factions since Warhammer 2 came out. The Empire's gotten new mechanics, so have the Dwarves, so has the Vampire Counts. I don't think any of them have applied to Warhammer 1. So. Waldenhof is actually suffering from a rebel army up there. If it should raise Waldenhof, I wouldn't be too upset. Then I could claim it. Can I hear... Oh no, that's... I thought I could hear a goblin yelling around, but it's actually this rebel army. It's a necromancer. Death from afar. The missile troops of the Empire are like no other, armed with black powder or more traditionally crossbow weapons. We should bring some into our armies. Recruit the following type of unit. Missile infantry. Give us missile focus. Makes it easier to recruit missile unit. It always kind of confuses me, this. Oh, it seems awkward, because it's like, okay, it's encouraging you to recruit this type of unit. But then you've recruited the unit, and then you get the bonus to recruit more. It's like, but I've already recruited the units I need. You want me to recruit one unit and then, like, most of them next turn? Maybe you should get the bonus when you get this mission to encourage you to recruit them. And then when you complete the mission, you get, like, a bit of money reimbursed to cover the cost of recruiting them or something.
What does the Emperor bid?
I don't want to attack that army. Oswald Hop Anderson. No relation.
How to proceed?
I serve Sigmar. The Empire. By the comet.
We see the legendary lord of
Volkmar.
Hellebuckland around here anywhere? No? Wonder where he is. Oh, there's Grimgor Ironhide with Gitsnick. Shaped in the demon forges of Zarnagrund, Grimgor's mighty axe Gitsnick has never grown dull despite its constant use. Yes, Grimgor. Grimgor Ironhide is a black orc, which is a bigger, stronger version of the normal orcs, and they were actually bred to be the perfect slave by the Chaos Dwarves off in the Darklands here. And they proved to be too much for the Chaos Dwarves to handle. And the Black Orcs rebelled and left Zarnagrund and all the other Chaos Dwarf settlements, and came over and they settled themselves in the Greenskin armies, and they tend to be naturally leaders because, unlike other Greenskins, the Black Orcs are smarter. They're more serious and they're less mucking about, so they tend to knock the other Greenskins into order. Would like, what would I like? Upgrade the town. You're not ready to upgrade Templehof. Eiserschatten is already upgraded fully. Eschen, good upgrade. We don't have enough money. What would I like first? Schwarzhafen or Eschen? What's that? That gets +5 public order. Fine. Schwarzhafen. Grazing pastures doesn't actually give you any trade resource. Just gives you upkeep minus for Pistoliers and Outriders. Casualty replenishment and growth. Suppose whatever else I'd want there, I could put Night Watch. Stables to get hunting hounds. Get Timber Mill. Easy turns. There's not really any fighting going on at the moment, which is fine. We had the big battles with vampire counts last time, so we've earned a bit of rest and respite. Oh, I think it's actually raining outside. How lovely. That's nice after the hot day it was yesterday. Or the day before now. I wonder if Krakadrak is still around up there. They haven't got me to defend them as Kislev, so... With Kislev having lost their capital, I might not be going too well. But they tend to have a strong army. They just never did anything when I was their next door neighbour. It'd be nice to have a Dark Elf army down here somewhere. But I don't know, there's no settlements around the Empire which they control. They might have, like, small, like, you know, slaver docks hidden in an alcove somewhere along the coastline, but they wouldn't really have anything else. Oh. Ostermark defeated the rebel army there. Okay. Oh no. Krakadrak's... That'll be... Krakadrak's still around. According to the turn counter.
Harder, faster, stronger.
Have you been rebuilt? Burger, the glue that holds urban society together. Public order +1. Oh, that's nice. Every little bit of public order helps.
The Empire. For chaos.
Praise Sigmar.
Oh. Akendorf has been raised. Akendorf. The Halflings, would they want to move down into Border Prince
Yes,
territory?
my lord.
Military presence there is causing it's causing 10 public order. Corruption is -10. Our characters are reducing corruption by 10. Which is a big reason why the corruption isn't causing a bigger problem. Still -10 even though it's like 36. If I built the overgrown grove, that would increase public order by 4. Build that. I want you to march down here and try and take Akendorf. We're going to have to build up money to be able to colonize it. At least I believe 1,500.
Huntsman General.
But I don't really want to leave that. Get Route Marcher so I can get you Fervent later on to combat corruption.
Who calls?
We've got no Untainted here. Actually, can I get a Witch Hunter somewhere? I have max Witch Hunters. I could leave my Witch Hunter here. He would help combat the corruption. But he wouldn't help combat the public order.
The nation calls.
2 more turns until I get the upgrade done. Or research done to reduce corruption. And then we'll be able to relax a bit more. This corruption is kind of a real problem. Empire and Avaland have got a military alliance with each other. Fine. I believe the normal
The
cost...
dwarves have come. I hope they have brought a few barrels of Buckmans with them.
Join war against Red Eye Tribe. Take up your arms and join us. Surely your honor demands it. Nah. Reject us. Just what kind of Unbaraki scum are you? Sorry. I believe the flat cost for recolonizing a region is 2,500. That is if you have just a lord. However, the cost goes down the more units are in your army which you're using to recolonize. Naturally, because, you know, you're using the forces from your army to recolonize the province. I don't know how that works if you've only got the lord there. He just colonizes and splits himself into like 1,000 people, and you just get a village filled up with 1,000 clones of the one guy. I mean, that's how it worked. Kislev's still around. Those are Stalia. They haven't been destroyed by Skaven. I did see a mod on the Steam Workshop which apparently allows you to choose which factions, choose a faction to weight the game in favor of, so that you could see a specific faction like become the dominant one during a campaign. So you could say, oh, I want to make the Greenskins more of a threat this campaign, and they will have bonuses which will allow them to expand and field more armies to make them a bigger threat. Or you could say you could choose any of the other factions, which would be interesting. You give a bit of a bonus to some of the smaller factions so that you can see them spread out. Border princes have been destroyed. Castle Tempelhof. Oh, foundations beset. Your building has taken critical damage and cannot perform their function. Deploy the repair crews. Okay. Why? Can I even do that? Ah, that's annoying. Pay. It's only a little bit. Thankfully. Akendorf is now taken by the Greenskins. That's going to be, what's his name, isn't it? It's going to be Grimgore Ironhide.
By the comet. It is time.
Corruption's increasing here. Oh, Skaven corruption's actually reducing. Osmosis, minus 50%. Was that because it was in Akendorf? Apparently there was a large Skaven undercity in Akendorf. There's still high osmosis there. Osmosis in Karak too. There's 3 osmosis in Karak. If I have to guess, this Skaven corruption is being caused by Karak 8 peaks here. But I don't know where the other ones would be setting in. Gunbad? Sometimes it's easy to tell. So. Wait, Halfling's cool. Yes, we're playing as the Halflings.
Raise Sigma.
And Wise Warfoot is on the march to try and take Akendorf from Grimgore Ironhide. Actually, it's better if he took Akendorf, because that means I don't have to pay the money to recolonize it. Because technically, the Greenskins have recolonized it and paid the money for me. So I can just take it from them while their armies are weakened. Ugh. Also, welcome. You can see the moot has expanded a bit. We now own most of Sylvania. So the corruption's causing a bit of a problem. Midland has confederated with the Empire. Fine, okay. That just means I can see more of the map, because I'm military allies with the Empire. For people who might be interested in playing as the Halflings themselves, I am using 2 mods to be able to do so. And you need both mods because they work together. Or rather, one of the mods requires the other mod to work. The mod which adds the Halflings as a faction is OVN's Lost Factions mod, which comes in 2 parts. And the mod you need for OVN's Lost Factions to work is Mixu's Faction Unlocker, which actually allows you to play as various other factions in the campaign.
It is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
Hello? Defensive Alliance. Nah. I also have several other mods active. Too many. Too numerous to count. Or to list off. But I do have a video on my YouTube channel which covers the ones which I tend to play with. I haven't done any major changes since I did the video. So. It's still pretty current. I wonder what's happening up in Norska. There's still the Wintertooth tribe up there, so they haven't seemed to have confederated altogether. Still fighting amongst each other. Vessels of Chaos, I believe, is the army which spawns in Lostria. Yep. Confederated. And Clergy of Sigmar. One god, one way, many agents to guarantee compliance in defense of the faith. Hero recruit rank +3 for warrior priests, which we don't get. Hero recruit rank +3 for witch hunters, which we do get. And untainted +2 faction wide. Ah, that's good. It's nice to see. Untainted +2. That will passively reduce corruption. And I am very happy for that. And Holdenstrut gets a tollkeeper. Collecting money for the government is a thankless job. Doing so in the midst of the wilderness is practically a death sentence. And we got a student. Research rate +10%. From history to anatomy to science to nothing more than the bottom of a bottle. Oh, defeat the following lord in battle. Clubber. We can get a Trickster's Helm for that. That's pretty good. Where's Clubber? Oh, he's over there. Yeah, okay. You want me to attack Clubber? He's got like a stack of 16 trolls. I don't think so.
My axe thirsts.
Arundin Stoneheart, could you attack him? Want to attack a full stack of trolls. And that's not even counted garrison I've got there. Big troll camp. The lairs of trolls are fetid and disgusting. The further north they are, the more disturbing they become. Public order +4. Chaos corruption +2. Provides garrison. +2 forest trolls. 1 stone trolls. 1 river trolls. 14 southern trolls. Dark mutator. The white hot irons of the dark furnace sear symbols of the tribe and their gods directly into living flesh. Recruit rank +3 for all units. Local recruitment capacity +3. Troll Den. A permanent troll residence full of junk, bones, and the remains of troll meals. Provides garrison. 1 forest trolls. 1 chaos trolls. Armored. Unlocks recruitment of stone trolls and chaos trolls armored. How lovely. And last one. Beastmasters. Doesn't actually have a name for that building. Sometimes the dark gods watch the fiercest of the lowly trolls fight, offering their favour to the victors. Not that the trolls know much about it. Casualty replenishment rate +5%. Unlocks recruitment of chaos trolls and trolls. So yes, this is another faction added, which is just all trolls all the time. Forest trolls, chaos trolls armored, river trolls, southern trolls, and this army of trolls led by a troll.
The nation calls.
Public order there is pretty alright. I'll give you route marcher to get you fervent to further combat corruption. Samwise, go to the borders edge. There's actually no one in Akendorf. Why has it got ruined dwarf hold? Oh, it's because it's owned by the Greenskins. Just waltz on in. They hate us. We're trespassing, but they're greenskins, so forget them. Oh, that's called Witch's Wood now. Why has that changed its name? Is that the capital? I thought the capital was Salzenmund, and the capital here was... This was our Northern Watch. Wonder which mod of mine did that. Yeah, whatever.
Sigmar be praised.
Volkmar's running around with an army of heroes and Reichsguard knights.
Where next?
He's in there. Marius Leapdorf's just sitting in Fort Overstyre. Wolfrang Hertwig. Oh, you've actually reclaimed Beckhafen. Well, that's good. It's about time you did that.
By Sigma's will.
Trade agreement. Of course we accept. And we had one before. Ooh, hang on, I saw something.
Come then. Only
There. Manblight Tribe. Torox the Brass Bull. Ooh, joy. Hope we don't have to fight you. I've actually played a campaign as Torox the Brass Bull, offline. It was quite fun. Rolling around with a basically invincible Minotaur and a whole bunch of other Minotaurs. Literally rolling around because they roll into the enemies. Roll into the enemies they attack. That's actually added by Mixu's Legendary Lords mod. So it also adds Boris Warhoof, I think, which is a Centaur Legendary Lord. The mod called, yes, it's Mixu's Legendary Lords. Adds Taurox the Brass Bull. Do I want to tobacco plot as well? More money would sound nice. And an overgrown grove. Not like I can build much else here. Our military recruitment buildings are pathetic. Overgrown grove. And tobacco plots. I don't know whether I would actually... Well... I don't think I would... I think I would recommend tobacco grown in Vampire Count's territory even less than I would. It sounds like a terrible idea. The Drowned are still around. That's the faction owned by Solostra Dilfan. Or Diafin. Vampire Coast faction, they're off in Lustria. They tend to die early on. Though I have had them expand into Ulthuan occasionally. I think that was mostly when the Vampire Coast were just released. A lot of wars declared. Military alliance negotiated. Clan Angron, the Golden Order. Military alliance negotiated. Bordello and Baston. Military alliance negotiated. Arguillan and Widrioth. War declared. The Golden Order and Greenskins. And the Golden Order and the Bloody Hands. Okay. That's all to be expected. Suppose. I haven't seen Clan Angrund and the Golden Order military alliance with each other, but it makes sense because they're next to each other. So. I haven't been so far south since the patch to really see what Solent does, or the Golden Order does. What's my favourite lord in the Mixu's Legendary Lord pack? Taurox is pretty high up there for me. Though he does have some animation bugs on the campaign map, which is not an issue with the mod. And it's not something the mod makers can fix, but Taurox is pretty high up there. What other lords does it add? I like that it adds all the elector counts for the Empire with the unique models. It's really nice. You have Marius Leekdorf. That's cool. You would also need Mixu's faction unlocker to be able to play as the lords. Otherwise, it just adds them to the campaign. There'll be another lord. I was playing as Tsarina Katerin Borka. Fun, as Kislev. Having the expanded factions Kislev mod makes that a bit more interesting. Hey Greenskins! You wanna fight? Good, so do we. Attack! We's always ready for a scrap. Sure, I haven't had a battle this session, so let's beat up some Greenskins, even though it's a very small garrison. You like Egil Styrbjorn of the Scaling? I fought a lot against him as Kislev. I haven't played as him yet. It also adds Egrin von Horseman. I had to fight against him. He appears on a Chaos Dragon with the full stack. To fight him with Cata in Albion. Anyone else in the mod which I've played as? Not really. It's just nice to have the other legendary lords around the place. Fleshes out the world just that bit more. We shall play in the Eye of the Vortex, I think. Egil Styrbjorn. I think his name's Egil. This greenskin character's called Huglug. I haven't played the Vortex campaign in ages. I think last time I played it I was very disorientated because I'm so used to playing the Mortal Empire campaign. Why is everything so weird? What are these places? I think the last time I played as the Vortex campaign was probably the Vampire Coast when they came out. Maybe. The last time I finished the Vortex campaign, I finished it as I think the only time I finished it as what's his name? Oh boy, Ark in the Black. He's seen a greenskin called Pig Kisser. They got great names. Huglug.
Standing by.
Huglug and Pig Kisser. Sounds like a cartoon show. Okay, Halflings.
We are Sigmar.
We go to war once more against the greenskins, even though, you know, they're a long way from the moot.
Yes, sir.
But Samwise Wolffoot has what's it called? Ambitions.
We are ready.
Have some things to knock the gates down. The treekin. You go over there. Master Cooks. Go over there. Treekin go in the middle. Pistoliers, you go there.
The Empire ends.
Wolffoot's band. You can protect Wolffoot.
By Ulrich's wrath.
Wardens go over there.
Ready ammunition.
Go over there.
State
You
troops
hot pot
ready.
catapult go over there. Ready to knock a hole in the wall.
Ready to
You go a bit
serve.
further.
Pistoliers.
Okay. No, not you.
Knowledge is power.
There. And there.
Powder blast.
Oh, are they short as in the lore? Yes. The halflings actually look pretty good considering. See, they have pots on their heads. And they have shields with the rooster on it. They're kind of motley looking. They're actually dwarf models but with the beards and hair removed. So they actually look pretty good, I think. Minus the teeth missing, the models. Yeah, I like the pots. It's a nice addition. There's some wardens. They're not really the best troops, so they don't have good heavy armor. They wouldn't just have like leather armor and maybe a chain shirt. So yeah, they're maybe not as rotund as they should be, but yeah. There's the master chefs. They got like leather aprons and they have these two axes. Where I think they're supposed to have cleavers, but yeah. We have these treekin, of course. We're backed up by a few forest spirits. Anything else in our army? The hot pot catapult. It is a green skin rock lobber. Try playing as the Chaos Dwarves sometimes. I do have them. We possibly are going to get invaded by them at some point.
Sigma calls.
Okay, Hotpot Catapult, attack that wall.
Moving now.
This is impressive. You laugh at it, but it throws... it throws soup, but nope. It actually chucks fireballs. Which is incredibly powerful. Last session I had a battle where this catapult racked up 700 kills of skeletons, which was very impressive, and it was a major factor in me winning the battle.
Advance. At speed. For Heldenhammer.
Okay, break down that gate.
Yes, sir.
Halflings,
Taking
go over there. Also, all the Halfling units have a ward save of 5%. So they're a bit tougher than you'd think. Not much tougher, but
Yes, sir. Quick.
actually not that bad. My
Ready for
militia are equivalent of...
the Empire endures.
oh, what are you doing all the way over there? Where are you? You're there. Why aren't you part of the army?
Ulrich's wrath.
Yeah, whatever. The Halfling militia are the equivalent of the Empire Spearmen, with a bit of a ward save. They're a little bit tougher in that regard, but they're slower. Also, they're lower in number. My Halflings are in squads of 75, as opposed to the 90 of the Imperial Spears.
To battle. By Galvaraz. Yes.
Also, that's about as good as we get. We don't have great swords.
To battle.
We don't have halberdiers.
Take the ground. At speed. Yes, sir.
Okay, our rangers are pretty good though.
Go.
They're not showing their worth here currently. Yeah, okay. All the halflings are in a war chant at the moment. Kazakut Kazakit ha.
Fire ensures. Save ammunition.
Where's your firing at?
Through to cannons.
Just
Target and fire.
stop.
Fire at will.
Okay. Pistoliers move up. Spears move in there.
Take position.
I mean, militia.
Sir. Yes, sir. Quickly. Take
Okay,
the
have they got
ground.
spears? They do. Goblin spears. They're not anti-large though. So, you know,
Ready. Very
fall over them.
Accuse them. Quick march.
You go through that gap.
Grey wizard.
You're up there. Our lord is also a grey wizard,
Show us the
so
foe.
that gives us nice
Speed.
magic.
Ready for war. Quick march.
Oh, okay. Treekin decided to go this way.
We are Sigma's heirs. Death to the enemy. We are Sigma's heirs. I will melt the tiny minds. We are Sigma's
Okay.
heirs. Go!
Get in there, Master Chefs. Master Chefs give a bonus to leadership for our units nearby, as well as
Moving now.
giving them immune to psychology. Not that we really needed against greenskins, but
To battle!
bit of shades. Swoop. There we go.
We are Sigma's heirs!
How's it going? Oh, the treekin are having fun. Backing greenskins apart. Come on, halflings, get in there.
The Empire endures! Quickly!
Oh, wait.
Soldiers of the Empire!
Come on, halflings. That's that and hug load.
No lingering! The Empire is
Wardens, get in there.
quick march! Now! No lingering!
Are you letting that witch hunter do all the fighting?
Understood! At speed! For the Warhammer! For Heldenhammer! March! Yes, sir!
Wardens, attack those goblins on the walls.
For Heldenhammer! Go! Soldiers of the Empire! Quick march!
And don't destroy this town, I kind of want it.
Shaman!
Okay. Chop up the orcs. I wonder what an orc tastes like. Probably like mushroom. It probably tastes great. Halflings are great at cooking anything.
Empire endures!
Okay. Chase them down, Pistoliers. Hey, victory. Didn't suffer too many casualties, honestly. Cannibals. I don't think it would count as cannibalism. I mean, halflings aren't greenskinned.
For Heldenhammer!
They're different species. But,
No lingering!
I don't know. If we had ogres, that would help. Halflings get access to some ogre units, to some ogres.
Moving now!
And ogres would have no problem eating greenskins. They don't actually have a problem eating pretty much anything. Including weapons, including armor. Our master cooks are really fast. Like 42 speed. I don't know how they're so fast.
At speed! Target and fire!
You can shoot.
Whoa! Yes, sir!
Oh, you used up all your ammunition. You were busy, like, shooting at the walls. You doofuses. Oh well. Decisive victory. That was only a small garrison, so... It was just for the fun of it. Only 83 losses. Pretty good. Our magic helped a lot in that battle, weakening the enemy and lowering their leadership and armor. Hotpot Catapult only got 18 kills. 32 on the Treekin. 59 on one unit of Wardens. That's impressive. Well, we also have a Griffin banner which lowers enemy leadership around us. It'll make them flee just that little bit earlier. At least we know now that halflings are better than goblins. I think that extra armor research we got near the start of this session is helping an awful lot. $15 extra armor, which puts us above by like 10 points what Empire Spears normally have. But it's still not very good. Halfling militia in base have like about 40 something melee defense, about 20 something melee attack. Their armor is lower than normal, but they have the ward save, which their leadership I think is about average. It might be a bit lower. They have expendable on all the halfling units, so halflings care about other halflings running away, but non-halflings don't care about halflings running away. Also, master chefs don't care about halflings running away. They're slower than normal too. I think they got speed 23. Something like that. So as I said, my master cooks have speed like 40 something. Which is really fast. Don't know why they're so... The mod doesn't add any of the halflings cavalry, but that's understandable, because there's no mounted cavalry for dwarves, so there wouldn't be any animations for it. I think it would be a bit difficult to mod in, like, sheep for the halflings to ride, or giant chickens, or goats. Like, I had a whole bunch of mounts like that. You can mount their generals on a, I think a swan? Or a sheep, or a goat. They could also have a baby dragon as a mount. Didn't have a fire breath. Because it was ickle. They actually had units of flying archers, all mounted on swans. They had swarm units also, which were like flocks of ducks and geese and chickens. They'd herd at the enemy and they'd peck them. Well, it was an easy battle, but we've taken Akendorf now, so we've moved down into the Southlands. That will actually help me a fair bit, because now I might have... Oh, no. No, I don't. I was going to say that might help me open up new trade partners, but I don't actually own all the territories between the Moot and Akendorf, because Averland is in the way. What to do about Averland? Do I go to war with them? No, they're my military allies, and they're just like that. And at some point they'll probably confederate with the Empire. I hope some enemy comes and destroys them. Unless it comes from within the Empire, they'd have to go through me now, because I'm in Akendorf. 191 gold. Occupy it. There's no money to be had in it. Charcoal burner. Tradesman. Will retain control. Thank you very much. Grazing pastures. 4 fields. Plus 40. Plus 30, 40, 50. Get grazing pastures. I can't see Grimgore Ironhide anywhere. And Matorka's owned by the Bloody Hands tribe, so we could take that as well. Actually, all this is owned by Greenskins. Or Greenskins and Bloody Hands.
What does the Emperor bid?
You hold the line.
Yes, my lord.
You get the Alton Null staff. Suppose. Or, no, not yet, actually. Get the withering up. No, not the withering upgraded. Does the enfeebling foe... No. Overcasting that just extends the effect duration. It doesn't make it area of effect. Getting that would make it cheaper to cast. Good, because I like that spell. The Umbral Pendulum, eh. Still miscast base chance anyway. Minus 15. Be another minus 15, minus 30%. If we got another point here, that would be another minus 50. I mean, miscasting is really not that much of an issue. Broken mirrors? No. The speed bonus is like... Hold the line. We've got the other guy with that. Get the magical reserves. More points of magic will help. Do you have any characters I can give you? Followers? Field Warden. Sure. Initiate, you can get Agitator, Charcoal Burner, Hunter, and a Student. Tomb Robber, sure. And you can get a Tomb Robber, though there's no vampire counts around here, so it's not really useful. I'll give you a Tormentor Sword and Armor of Fortune. Good. You'll be able to stop the greenskins in their tracks, and you'll be a bit more protected. Thanks, but I don't think I just want to focus on the streaming currently. Thanks, so.
What's the quarry?
Now, jog off. Aye.
Walls. What's our money? 2,637. Warhammer is... Corruption's still getting up there. Tobacco farm. Landed estate. Am I upgrading Templehof? No. Schwarzhafen I could upgrade. Can I give you anything which will decrease the cost of building? No. But you do decrease the cost of building, you have builder. Public order here is being maintained just. Corruption's going down. And Untainted's going up, that's nice. Get the vineyard.
Hunters,
Move over to Castle Templehof.
fall in, men.
Can we build something here? What's happened is... Why stop building that? I don't have enough. 3,100. Tobacco farm. Why is the frame rate so low? Anyway. Well, I've only had one battle this session, but it's been a lot of consolidating power. We've expanded into Akendorf, which I wasn't expecting at the start, but, you know, the opportunity arose and I took it. And the rest of the world is about as much as it's always been. Nothing too out of the ordinary has happened. Beckhafen got raised and it's colonized again. Kislev is owned by the Red Eye tribe. Dwarves are... Oh, they've taken Mount Squighorn. Hooray, progress! Moving to take Mount Gunbad. Grom Peak is owned by trolls, which is worrying. We could expand further south through the borderlands, or Border Princess area. Oh, the Golden Order owns Zvorak. What about Akendor? Myrmidons. Can't see who owns that. Arak, Drawn, all that. That's all Greenskins. Greenskins seem to own an awful lot down here. Looks like we're going to be doing a lot of fighting against the Greenskins.
Hail to your Emperor, manlings.
Arak Hearn. Non-aggression pact. Military access.
Sure.
Darwia menfolk will work together again. Sure. Build up relations with you. but you're right here. And if I have you as a ally, it will be beneficial. Public corruption's an issue, has always been. Ugh. Grass keep. Can't see anything else on the map though. So, yeah, I will probably leave it there for tonight. Gone a little bit longer than I usually do. But I wanted to get a lot of this stuff out of the way. Suppose. All this building up and all that. We're dealing with those vampire counts. Really helped us now. We don't have many enemies around us. And we're able to deal with them kind of handily. There was some really close battles against the vampire counts. Ugh. But it pays off now. It's just maintaining control of the provinces. So yes, but that will be it for tonight. For Warhammer 2 Total War. I'd like to thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again next time. For more Halflings, and whatever comes with them. Probably defending Akendorf from Grimgor Ironhide. I don't look forward to that. Hordes of Greenskin. Oh, lovely. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you'll join me again next time. Stop the recording here.